Well, I have the honor of having a chat with my buddy, Jaron Bundy, today about a new EP that he's got coming out. So, Jaron, thanks for letting me chat it up with you here for a few minutes.
Yes, of course. Thank you for your time. Thank you.
Yeah. So you got this new EP coming out. Tell us a little bit about it and what people can expect as they listen to it.
Yeah. So my EP, Hold Fast, under Jaron Micah as my artist name, is coming out June 26th, coming up here. And
Awesome.
It's a Friday, next Friday. And it'll be out on all platforms. And it's really a worship album. Mixture of contemporary along with acoustic styles and my own styles of music. I would like to categorize it as intimate worship, some of the songs. And just kind of adding my own flavors to worship songs that I think are based scripturally. And I think that can convey a message of hope as a whole for the whole EP of 5 songs.
Awesome. Are you covering songs or is this original music?
No covers. Yeah, this is all original.
Cool.
So I kind of started this project where I realized I had a good amount of songs I had written myself.
Yep.
And I kind of chose the 5 best, and even my last one came up weeks ago. Just kind of I wrote it and had the inspiration to write it as I needed more of a solid 5th song to land on. So yeah, it was
so
awesome
fresh
process.
off the front burner for you.
Yes, that one is. Yes, yeah.
Sweet. That's awesome. Yeah. So I am a former teacher. You're one of my spiritual kids. We're bandmates though too, because we played music together a bunch. So we relate to each other a whole bunch of different ways. So how would you give language to what led to your style of music and your passion for writing music?
Yes, well, multiple facets of my life, that all the way back from when I was around 11 or 12 to doing a couple mission trips and being on a worship team. But what really kind of sparked that fire was actually being in your class. And I remember as a 7th grader, I was in your class and I learned so much from the seniors as well as you especially, really giving me a platform of teaching me worship songs, what the arrangement of worship songs, how do I arrange from a verse to a chorus, and kind of writing a hook. And then also the instruments. And that's what led to my passion of producing and arranging instruments. And so I love getting a vision for a song and saying, this is where drums and bass got to kick in, and this is where acoustic comes to the front, and all those kind of aspects of a song. So so from your class in worship band at Hillcrest Christian from 7th grade, and then really grew into that, and then being in worship band and leading worship all through high school was really where my love and passion for worship and that style of music and writing that music kind of came from.
That's awesome. And you definitely grow in your musicianship, writership, producer, your producer hat, from recognizing all the different pieces that go together, not just in writing, but what happens in the studio, right?
Yeah, having a bird's eye view of all the pieces. That's awesome. It's something I'd love to grow in even more and pursue as well. So.
Yeah, there's a cool camaraderie among musicians, whether you're an engineer, a producer, or a songwriter, or whatever player, that is ageless. And that's really a cool thing. So you can play music with old people like me, and it's still rewarding. And we like to play music with young people like you because you're fresh out of the package. But there's a timelessness that's just one of the things that's really fun about playing music with people.
Right.
There's no age.
Yeah.
Some vocations aren't like that, but with musicians, maybe all creative arts, there's this really cool camaraderie no matter how old you are. That's really cool.
Unspoken language of music for sure.
That's right.
Yeah.
So you have a song on your EP called Clarity, which I have not heard yet. So what do you want me to know about that song before I listen to it?
Yes, so Clarity, so as I talked about my 5th song kind of weeks ago, writing it and leading up to, I kind of planned out one more week for my recording sessions in my little home studio right here. And I wrote that in that last song, and so that's the song called Clarity. It's the 5th song on the EP. And I love how the process began, because I woke up, I had an idea of clarity, the word clarity, the previous night, and then the next morning I woke up with a short bit of the melody in my head, and I knew that a song could start from that. And so I really do think that the Lord gave me that, kind of just waking up to that, and the process started from there. But I think it's a cool landing spot for the EP because I think the little bit, especially the song before, there's a bit of searching and questions, and I think it's a good landing spot of a cry out kind of song from a congregation or us as Christians that really sometimes what we need to do is be seeking clarity from God and from the Lord, and what we see and what we hear. So yeah, it's a lot of that in the song.
Oh, I can't wait.
Yes.
Okay, so just give me the titles 1 through 5 in order.
Okay, yeah, I haven't done that before. So song number 1 is the title track. It's Hold Fast.
Okay.
And then song number 2 is Blessings Poured on Us. And song number 3 is called Sweet Sweet Sound. And then song number 4, a bit of the searching aspect, is called Am I Allowed to Ask Why? And then song number 5 lands with clarity.
Sweet. All right, well, dude, titles are very intriguing. I can't wait. Okay, so before we finish, I know you might look at your launch as this is a new come on, Annie, this is new terrain for you, right? So you're at the beginning of something, but you're also old enough to be a mentor already, and you got scads of younger kids under you going, I want to be like Jaron when I grow up. And I want to be a musician like Jaron, and I want to worship God like Jaron does. So you already carry a mantle where you're mentoring, whether you want to be or not. So what would you say to those younger kids that go, man, I want to do that when I get older? What's your word of advice to them? If you could say one thing.
Word of advice to younger kids than me. I would say, I remember being a 7th grader and in your class, I would say there was definitely a lot of fear and anxiety that's completely normal with being on stage, no matter how big or small the stage is. And if you're worshiping in front of people, there's a natural fear. I would say just push yourself to do that and do it more and more and more, and then you get more comfortable, especially in a specific setting. Like Hillcrest, great for me to grow in, and that small auditorium and chapel area and those times. I would say that and practice. And so that really is practicing playing in front of people, and then practicing your own craft of, I think I started with piano and realizing just how much I did spend time on that compared to other things when I was really young even. I think it instilled, along with my parents, a great work ethic, but instilled a practice to practice these instruments and work on it by yourself. I think those 2 things, but yeah, getting in front of people, because it's scary, and I was really scared as a 7th grader, but yeah, that'd be my advice.
That's a good word. Listen up, youngsters out there. Jaron's just giving you some advice. It's good stuff. All right, well, my prayers are with you. I know God has led you to this, and he's going to guide you through whatever he has, whatever platform he has for this EP, but it's going to go out and bless people and make much of him, which is what it's all about, right?
Yes. All
right, Jaron. Well, God bless you. I can't wait to see what happens.
Thank you so much. Appreciate your time. Thank you.
Thank you. See you later.
Bye.
Bye.